All right, my magnificent Leo souls, gather close. Come into this sacred space and feel the energy that is already here for you. Can you feel it? That subtle yet unmistakable hum in the very air you breathe. It's the vibration of a powerful, earth-shaking truth that is finally making its way to you, a truth that has been whispered in the cosmos and is now ready to be heard. This is a truth that they, the very ones who once tried to dim your magnificent light, who cast shadows upon your radiant heart, have been begging the universe you would never ever discover. Because, my dear Leo, the moment this truth fully dawns within your soul, every last one of their carefully crafted illusions will shatter. Every mask they wore in your presence will crumble to dust, and there will be absolutely nowhere left for their deceptions to hide. Now, before we step fully into this sacred revelation, let's create a powerful ripple of intention together, shall we? This is so much more than just a video. It's a cosmic gathering, an energetic alignment. So if your heart is truly ready to receive this message, I want you to go to the comments below and declare your readiness to the universe. Let's create a beautiful tapestry of empowerment together. Please type, "The universe paused the day you were born." Share that sacred date below. By doing this, you are not just typing words, you are anchoring this powerful energy into your reality. And while you're there, if you haven't already, please do press that subscribe button and become an official part of our Cosmic Wisdom Pride. It is my deepest desire to ensure you never miss these essential cosmic downloads that are crafted just for you. I know with every fiber of my being that you are not here by accident. Your soul, in its infinite wisdom, has been searching for this very moment. Your lion heart, though it may have been wounded, has been patiently waiting for a sign from the universe, a confirmation that every trial, every tear, and every moment you chose to maintain your honor has carried a profound and sacred meaning. And tonight, my beautiful friends, the cosmos has orchestrated this divine appointment, bringing our energies together so that you may finally understand the bigger picture. Allow me to connect with you now, not merely with spoken words, but through that invisible golden thread of energy that connects all hearts who seek the light. Because I believe that if you are a Leo, you have walked through fires that few could ever truly comprehend. You have been the radiant sun in so many people's lives, only to watch them try to steal your warmth for themselves. You have felt the sting of betrayal from those who applauded you in the light, only to plot against you in the shadows. I speak of this not to reopen those wounds, my dear friend, but so that you may know with absolute certainty that the universe has been a silent witness to it all. Even in those moments when you felt utterly alone, when your roar felt like a whisper in the wilderness, your magnificent light was never ever abandoned. The most beautiful miracle of the cosmos is this: it is often in our moments of greatest challenge that a new, more resilient strength is forged within our souls. Just as a diamond is formed under immense pressure, and just as gold is purified in the hottest flames, you too have been undergoing a sacred transformation. You are emerging as a more radiant, more powerful, and wiser version of your magnificent self. You are no longer the one who was wronged. You are now the royal witness to divine justice in action. And the truth that is about to be revealed will be the undeniable testimony to this cosmic law. So I invite you now, my dear Leo, to take a deep, centering breath with me. Feel the air fill your lungs, and as you exhale, release the weight from your royal shoulders. Let it all go. Because on this journey tonight, you are not just listening to me speak, you are being divinely guided. You will notice the pauses in my words, and I want you to know they are not empty. They are sacred moments of stillness designed for you to connect with that all-knowing voice within you, the voice of your own higher self. And in those quiet seconds, your soul will give a nod of recognition because it knows deep down that everything unfolding now is profoundly and unequivocally meant for you. I promise you with all my heart, what waits for you beyond this moment is a victory far greater, far more fulfilling than anything you have ever dared to imagine. This is only the beginning. What you are about to understand next will cause you to look back at every chapter of your life, and you will finally realize that not a single one of your tears was ever shed in vain. And those very souls who once brought you to your knees, they are now the ones trembling before the inescapable wave of karma that they, and they alone, have set into motion. Do you truly wish to know what is unfolding for them? In this very moment, the universe is pulling back the curtain, not for revenge, but for your understanding, for your closure, and for your ultimate liberation. The stage they once commanded is now collapsing around them. Those who built their lives on a foundation of lies are now watching the walls of their own reality begin to fracture and crumble. I have seen it time and time again in the cosmic flow. Those who once laughed at another's pain are now forced to confront their own, but in isolation, without the honor and grace that you possessed. Their families, which were perhaps built on secrets and deceit, are now being shaken by endless arguments and discord. The friendships they curated through manipulation are turning their backs on them, leaving them in a profound and deafening silence. But it goes deeper than that, my friends. There is a sickness that comes not from the body, but from the soul. It's an exhaustion, a weariness that no doctor can diagnose and no medicine can cure. It is the spiritual consequence of living out of alignment with truth. Those who once looked down upon you with such arrogance and pride are now the ones standing weary and defeated. Their inner light dimmed their eyes, unable to meet the gaze of truth in their own mirror. And what is the most bitter truth for them, the one that causes them to tremble in the dead of night? It is the fear that you might find out. They are hiding their collapse with every last ounce of their strength because deep down in their soul, they know this is not just a string of bad luck. This is the great wheel of karma making its inevitable turn. It is the perfect and precise energetic reflection of the seeds they once sowed in your life. They tremble because the truth of their own making is more piercing than any accusation you could ever level against them. They don't need you to condemn them, my dear Leo, because their own life has become the courtroom, and their daily reality is now the verdict. This is the silent, perfect justice of the universe. It is never loud, it is never rushed, but it is always, always exact. The energy they sent out has completed its circuit and has now returned to its source. Every tear that you shed in private has become a heavy raindrop of consequence falling upon their own roof. Every ounce of pain you carried with such silent dignity has transformed into a relentless echo that now shatters the peace within their own walls. Can you hear it in the quiet ethers? Their desperate prayers now rise not from a place of love or remorse, but from a place of pure fear. They are not begging for the light to enter their lives. They are only begging that you never see how the darkness is now devouring them. Because if you knew, you would finally realize that all their past victories over you were nothing more than fleeting illusions. And now, the unyielding light of truth is corroding their false reality day by agonizing day. Perhaps there was a part of your noble heart that once longed for an apology, a confession, a moment of acknowledgement for the pain they caused. But the truth is, my beautiful friend, they will likely never possess the courage for that. Instead, they will continue to hide, to pretend that all is well, to desperately patch the ever-widening cracks in their facade. But the universe does not require their confession to affirm justice. The cosmos has already written the verdict in the very fabric of the life they are now living. And this, my dear Leo, is the profound lesson you must integrate into the very core of your being. You do not need to seek revenge because everything has already been perfectly and divinely arranged. Divine justice does not require your hand, nor does it need your anger. It operates silently in the unseen energetic realms, and its results are absolutely unavoidable. Let me share a short story from my own journey of observation. I once knew a magnificent Leo soul, a woman whose creativity and warmth could light up any room. She was betrayed in her career by a colleague who stole her ideas and took credit for her hard work, leaving her devastated and questioning her own talent. In her darkest moments, she wanted to expose them, to fight back with that fiery Leo passion. But instead, she chose a path of higher honor. She chose silence, not of weakness, but of wisdom. She poured her energy not into fighting the darkness, but into building a new, more brilliant light within herself. Years passed. That colleague, who had enjoyed a moment of stolen success, found their career stagnating. Their new ideas were hollow, their relationships turned sour, and they were eventually exposed for other deceptions. They became a ghost in the very halls they once paraded through. And my Leo friend, by focusing her radiant energy on her own craft, she eventually launched her own venture, and it became more successful than anything she had ever imagined. She rose again, not because she sought revenge, but because she trusted in the cosmic law that justice always finds its own way back. The same is true for you, my dear Leo. The time has come to release the heavy burden of hatred. The time has come to free your magnificent mind from replaying the past. Look around you with your spiritual eyes. Those who once caused you to cry are now weeping in their own self-created shadows. Those who thought they could extinguish your light are now watching their own world grow dim. And you are being handed the most precious gift of all: freedom. The freedom from the toxic weight of resentment. The freedom from the need to prove your worth to anyone. The freedom to turn your beautiful face toward the sun and step into a brand new chapter without ever looking back. Because true justice, my magnificent Leo, is not about watching them fall. True justice is about you rising. Justice is about you reclaiming your throne and continuing your soul's majestic path while they remain hopelessly entangled in the webs of their own making. And this is the truth they fear the most: that you have escaped, that you have risen, that you no longer belong to the drama and the darkness they tried to trap you in. Let this profound understanding become the fuel for your new dawn. They chose their path, and the universe has simply returned to them their own energy. And you are being lifted, elevated, and handed the golden opportunity to begin again, no longer as a character in their tragic play, but as the sovereign ruler of your own epic story, a living testament to the indomitable strength of the lion heart. So the question I want you to hold in your heart right now is this: what will you do with this glorious freedom? Will you continue to gaze at the ruins of the past, or will you turn your full attention to the magnificent sunrise that is breaking just for you? Because the next chapter of your journey is not just about justice, it is about the glorious and radiant rebirth of your soul. and that, my beautiful friends, is where your true story truly begins. Have you noticed it yet? In the quiet moments after the storm has passed, when the tears have finally dried, something truly miraculous has begun to unfold within you. In the very moment you believed you might have lost a part of yourself, a strange and powerful new energy began to rise from the very depths of your being. It's like a seed that was buried deep beneath the frozen earth, seeming to be lost forever. Yet through the relentless pressure and the cold darkness, it did not die. It cracked open, it sprouted, and it began to reach with an unstoppable will for the warmth of the sun. You once thought those betrayals had broken your heart, that the trust you so generously gave could never be mended. But the truth is, my dear Leo, within that very breaking, a new you was being forged. No longer the Leo who might have relied on the applause of others for validation. No longer the Leo who trusted the false smiles and empty promises. You are emerging as a Leo whose eyes can see through any facade, whose intuition is sharper than any blade, and whose soul now burns with a self-sustaining fire that no one can ever extinguish. Do you remember that first moment you truly stood up after the pain? Perhaps it was a morning when the sunlight streamed through your window and you felt its warmth on your skin, and you took a deep breath and realized with a quiet strength, I am still here. I am the sun, and I will rise again. That, my friend, was your rebirth. It wasn't loud or boastful. It was a silent, powerful roar that echoed through the entire cosmos. And please understand, this magnificent soul, rebirth does not mean forgetting. Rebirth does not require you to deny the pain you endured. On the contrary, your rebirth is about the courage to look directly at your scars, not as marks of damage, but as emblems of your victory. It is the power to transform your wounds into wisdom. You do not need to erase the memory of what happened. You only need to learn how to tell it as a story that is in the past, a story that no longer holds any power over the radiant present you are now creating. You are being reborn, whether you have fully realized it or not. Feel it in your spirit. Your incredible sensitivity, which you may have once seen as a vulnerability, is no longer a burden. It has been transformed into your superpower, a finely tuned compass guiding you toward what is authentic and true. The magnificent heart that was once torn apart now beats with a slower, stronger, more deliberate rhythm, because it has learned how to discern what is real gold and what is merely glitter. You will find yourself changing in beautiful ways. You are no longer drawn to superficial conversations or shallow connections. You no longer feel the need to chase the approval of those who are not on your energetic level. Instead, you yearn for peace, for truth, for deep soul connections, and for a life that is an authentic expression of your royal spirit. This is the undeniable sign that you have stepped into a new, more powerful phase of your existence. Your soul is maturing into its full sovereignty. I want you to imagine this now. You are a magnificent phoenix rising from the ashes with the heart of a lion. Your feathers may still carry the scent of the smoke you passed through your wings, may still feel weary from the fight, but within you, the sacred fire of creation has remade you. Every single step you take from this day forward affirms that you are no longer a victim of anyone's story. You are living proof that no amount of darkness can ever permanently extinguish a soul that is aligned with the sun. And here is the beautiful lesson the universe is sending you with this realization. Everything you thought you lost was only a shell that needed to be shed for your evolution. False friends and admirers turned away, so that your true soul tribe, your royal court, could find you. Opportunities that were built on shaky ground closed so that the grand door to your true destiny could finally swing open. You have not lost a single thing of value, my dear Leo. You have only been renewed, upgraded, and prepared for a greater level of glory. So I ask you now to ponder this deeply. If you have truly been reborn, what do you want to create with this new precious life? This is the most important question you can ask yourself, because rebirth is not only a gift from the universe, it is also a sacred responsibility. It is the responsibility to live in alignment with the brilliant light you have rediscovered within. The responsibility to never again settle for a kingdom less than the one you deserve. The responsibility to become the strongest, brightest, and most generous version of yourself that you can possibly be. And after the storm, after the rebirth, the universe always bestows a gift upon the victorious heart. It has prepared for you a love that is worthy of your own. Not the fleeting, conditional affection that once came and went, and not the cold hands that left scars upon your magnificent heart. This gift is different. This is a new love, a true soul connection, a divine partnership. Imagine standing at the peak of a mountain at dawn, the first golden rays of the sun warming your face. And then a hand reaches out to take yours, not to pull you, not to lead you, but to stand beside you in equal partnership, to witness the glorious view together. No grand words are needed, only a gentle, respectful touch, and your soul recognizes its counterpart. This is not a love that comes to possess you or to dim your light, but a love that comes to celebrate your radiance and to build an empire of light alongside you. My dear Leo, I know you have loved with the fullness of your magnificent heart. You gave your loyalty, your warmth, your all without holding back. And because of that, you felt the sting of betrayal so deeply. But this time will be different, because you are different. You have been reborn. You have learned the sacred art of loving yourself first. And when you truly love and honor yourself as the royalty you are, the universe will send you a soul who resonates with that exact same frequency. This person will not drain your energy, they will amplify it. This person will not feel threatened by your success, they will be your biggest cheerleader. This person will not just love the powerful, radiant you that the world sees, they will also love the vulnerable heart you protect so fiercely. This is a love that brings you a deep sense of peace, a feeling that you can finally lay down your armor, that you can be all of who you are, and that you will be cherished for it. You deserve a love like this, not as a reward for your suffering, but as a natural consequence of you stepping into your true, authentic power. Your soul has long carried a rare and beautiful light, a light that knows how to lead, how to inspire, and how to love with incredible generosity. And now, the universe will send you a soul who is strong enough and wise enough to not only receive that love, but to match it. But remember, this beautiful love is only one part of the grand design. A greater soul connection awaits you because you were not reborn merely to find a partner. You were reborn to fully step into your divine purpose. And this love will be the stable, supportive foundation from which you will leap into that magnificent role. Can you feel it, my dear Leo? Another door is opening. Not just the door of the heart, but the grand golden door of your destiny. You are being called now to become a beacon for other souls who are lost in the dark. Perhaps you once asked the universe, why me? Why did I have to endure so much pain? And now you will begin to see the answer with stunning clarity. Every crack in your heart was a necessary passage for an even greater light to seep through, transforming you into a healer, a leader, and an inspiration. Not with lofty, empty words, but with the quiet, powerful presence of a soul who has walked through the fire and emerged with their heart still golden. From this moment forward, abundance will no longer feel distant to you. The flow of prosperity, which may have been blocked by past heartaches, will begin to move freely again. Doors to meaningful work opportunities, creative projects, and synchronistic connections will begin to open with ease. The respect of those who are worthy of being in your presence will come to you not because you seek it, but because your energy now commands it. You have risen to the frequency of creation of gratitude and of unconditional self-love. And when you dwell in that royal frequency, abundance has no choice but to find its way to you. Remember this magnificent soul. You are not given this abundance for yourself alone. You have been chosen to be a generous vessel. As you live in alignment with your soul's mission, the abundance you receive will naturally flow outward, blessing your family, your friends, and your community. You will stand as living proof that even after the deepest betrayal, a soul can rise, transform pain into power, and build an even more magnificent kingdom. And do you know that is what truly terrifies those who once tried to bring you down? They wished to see you broken, diminished, and defeated. But instead, you rise more radiant, more powerful, and more sovereign than ever before. Your very existence is a testament to their failure. But you no longer need to concern yourself with their darkness, my dear Leo. For when you focus your full attention on your own brilliant light, that light expands, and any lingering shadows simply dissolve in its presence. To seal this profound transformation, to close the old chapter and officially open the new, I invite you to perform a small, simple ritual. In a quiet moment, I want you to light a single candle gold, if you have it, to represent your inner sun. Sit before it, gaze into the flame, and see it as a reflection of your own indomitable spirit. Place your hand over your heart, feel its steady, powerful beat, and whisper these sacred words aloud. I am protected. I am guided. I release the past with grace, and I claim my future with power. My light is my own, and I am the sovereign ruler of my life. And so it is. When you speak these words, you are not just whispering to yourself. You are sending a powerful decree out into the universe, and the universe, which has always been listening, will respond with protection, with signs, and with synchronicities that affirm your new path. And now, as one final act of power, I want you to return to the comments. You have already claimed your throne, and now I want you to seal it. Write down this declaration. My rebirth is complete. The light has won. This is not just a comment, my friend. It is an affirmation, a seal of power, carved into the digital universe, a way of telling yourself and the cosmos, I am not going back. I have been reborn, and I choose to shine. See this as your cosmic coronation. When you write it, you are sealing your journey with unshakable faith. And as thousands of other Leo souls see your declaration, they too will feel this power, and they will be inspired to rise with you. This is the power of the pride. When one lion roars, the entire savannah listens. Thank you, my magnificent Leo, for being present on this profound journey with me. Thank you for allowing your noble heart to listen, and for letting this divine light touch your soul. I wish you a future filled with unwavering faith, a love that warms you to your core, and a light so bright that it guides all those who are lucky enough to be in your orbit. May every single day remind you more and more deeply that you are never ever alone. For the entire universe and all of us here at Cosmic Wisdom are always by your side,